What keeps you awake at night nowadays? Is there politics, economics, business?
It's not politics or economics. It's clients, and it's clients that are too short term. That's not because it's their fault. It's because of conditions. So ever since really 2008, I think in particular, but it was happening before 2008. We're in the new normal, as we put it, which is low growth. So the world grows at about 3.5%. I mean, if you went back to 2008, when things started to get difficult, you look at us, 2009, we sort of were down 5% worldwide top line, 6-7% top line. We had a sharp pullback, so it was like a V shape or a square root sign. We snapped back in 2010 to pretty much where we were in 2008, but not quite. It wasn't a record year. 2011 was a record year. 12 was a record year. 13, 14, 15. We'll see what happens in the rest of 16. So far, so good. We'll see. It should be if we keep our noses clean. But it was like a square root, but with a slightly gentle slope upward. But with the exception of 2010, growth has been tepid. It's been slow. And it's been, now it's about 3.5. This is globally. Here in Hungary, I'm told it's 2%. So for Western Europe, probably Western Eastern Europe, around the average. So not bad, but not good. It's Goldilocks, not too hot, not too cold. And I'd like it to be a little bit hotter. There's very little inflation. The difference between real and nominal growth is 3 to 3.5%. Therefore, clients have no pricing power, which means they're putting pressure on cost. I think that's a very short-sighted attitude. The other parts of this is, if you're a client running an analog business, which most of them, and we are, because we have, 40% of our business is digital, but we're flying the aeroplane and trying to change the engines at the same time. That's the best analogy to this difficulty of having an analog business which generates revenues and profits. That's our clients and indeed ourselves, and then a digital business which perhaps is more challenged, not so much in our case, but certainly in our client's case. All of this puts tremendous pressure on the system. Investing in brands, investing in innovation works. And it works from a shareholder value point of view. But it's long-term brand building. And so the biggest concern is it's not China, it's not the Fed, it's not Syria. I mean, all of those are big concerns. But I really worry about clients, and it manifests itself, as you all know, in pressure on payment terms, on pressure on intellectual property terms, and we're asked to be a banker to lend them money, effectively, or to cover their risks, insurable risks. And we're not a bank, we're not an insurance company. And we are, however you define creative, in my view, you define it very broadly. So media people can be creative just as much as creative people can be creative, whatever that means. Or healthcare people, or data people, or even financial people can be creative. Sometimes they're too creative, but it's a fact. So that's the big issue.